This is the story and lore of Blaidd, the half-wolf. Blaidd means wolf in Welsh. He is also referred to by War Council E.G. as being Ranni's stepbrother. This could indeed be the reason why he has such a great affection towards her. Even with all his good intentions and huge affection towards Ranni, he still hides one very dark secret.
In such matters, Blaidd's own thoughts hold no weight. It pains me so. But he must be neutralized. For Lady Ranni's sake.
Blaidd can first be found atop the rubble high above Mistwood ruins. The only way to bring him down is by snapping. We then find out through Kale that he is indeed an acquaintance with Blaidd. There we obtain the snap gesture so we can bring him down.
The howl of a wolf in the Mistwood. I suppose he must still be skulking about. I know. Why not meet him for yourself? Next time you hear the wolf's howl, make this signal right under the source. Don't fret. There is nothing to fear. I just have an inkling the two of you might hit it off.
Once we're acquainted with Blaidd, he goes on to talk about how he wants to find somebody named Darwin.
Who goes there? Carly sent you, did he? Ever the bloody busybody. Maybe to him you don't seem so strange. The name's Blaidd. I'm looking for a man who goes by Darwin. He fled somewhere nearby. Or so I've heard. Come tell me if you find him before I do. I can offer you ample reward.
Darwin can then be fought at the Forlorn Hound Evergoyle. Where Blaidd can accompany you as a summon to take him out.
Darwin. Rotting in a cell is no true justice. No. This is where it ends for you.
Once he's defeated, Blaidd will then give you a somber smithing stone.
Right. There you are. Had to work for it, but it's done. Don't say I'm not a man of my word. Here's your prize. Oh yes. I should say, if you venture north to Raya Lucaria and come across a venerable blacksmith who's a little on the large side, tell him I sent you, and he'll be sure to treat you right. I owe you one, I reckon.
Once finding your way through the Carrion Manor and defeating Loretta, you will then be able to have access to Ranni's Rise.
Well, has that roused thy interest? I see. A choice well made.
Where after being accepted into Ranni's services, we can find Blaidd.
Long time, friend. Blaidd. If you've forgotten. Glad to have you in the service of Mistress Ranni. Well, getting right to business. I'm still in Limgrave. The eternal city of Nokron lies somewhere at the bottom of this land. I'm planning to go below through the well in the Mistwood. See if I can't find the road to Nokron from there. I'm going below through the well in the Mistwood. See if I can't find the road to Nokron. Don't keep me waiting, eh?
Straying not too far from the ruins where we first met Blaidd, we go down to the Sofria River Well. Here we can talk to Blaidd yet again, as he's trying to find his way into Necron.
Good to see you. Apologies, mate, but I don't have much to report. I can see bloody Nokron right above me, but I'm absolutely stumped. I've tried all the gateways, to no avail. Perhaps it's time to ask Celibus. I recall that spiteful little rat acting like he knew something. Let's give him a squeeze. Show him just how sharp my teeth are. I jest. I wouldn't go that far. Besides, I should check on some things here. Leave this place to me. You just do what you feel is right. If either of us learns anything, we tell the other. Right? Leave this. If either of us learns anything, we tell the other. Right? And if we reach a dead end, I suppose we go back to the source. Celibus rarely gives a straight answer. First time. Leave this place to me. You just do what you feel is right. If either of us learns anything, we tell the other. And if we reach a dead end, I suppose we go back to the Celibus rarely gives a straight answer. Ah. Well met. What news? So Rani's fate is kept in stasis by Starscourge Radahn. That reminds me of something I heard. There's a festival being held at the castle on the southern edge of the Caelid Wilds, east of Limgrave. It's a festival of combat. And I heard that you can fight Radahn himself. He who's once called the strongest of all the demigods. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but I think it's worth investigating. I'll be on my way to this festival of Radahn then. You're coming too, right? To Radahn's festivities. I'll meet you at Redmane Castle in Caelid. The way ahead is pleasingly simple. We fight, sword and fang. You're coming too, right? To Radahn's festivities. I'll meet you at Redmane Castle in Caelid. The way ahead is pleasingly simple. You're coming too, right? To Radahn's festivities. I'll meet you at Redmane Castle in Caelid. The way ahead is pleasingly simple. We fight, sword and fang.
After we've enlightened Blaidd about the news, he then goes on to tell us about the festival being held at Redmane Castle, where we will then be able to engage in jolly cooperation with him, as we go to take down Starscourge Radahn.
There you are. Took your sweet time. The players are all made up, and waiting for the curtain. Let's give them a show to remember, eh? Just don't you go dying on me. For Rani's sake, too. Once more into the fray together, eh? This might even be fun. Ah, good. I was waiting for you. Oh, what a sick way to fight, eh? The glory of the clash is shared. By Radahn. And you. And did you see that afterwards? A falling star right before our eyes. I can't fathom how Radahn was holding back something of that scale. He was a living legend if ever I saw one. And the path has now been cleared. To Nokron, where Rani's fate will be decided. Let's meet where the falling star bit the earth. We'll take up our swords once more. For Mistress Rani. And we'll go into battle again. Side by side. My only purpose is to fight for Rani's fate. Sword and fang. The curtain's rising. On the final act.
You would then go on to complete the rest of Rani's side quest from here, meeting where the meteor bit the earth. If you go back to Larunia and talk to Iji, he will tell you that you should not worry about Blaidd, as it turns out that Blaidd will not be coming.
I presume you've spoken with Blaidd? Very well. There is something you should know. The Two Fingers gave Blaidd to Lady Rani, as a faithful follower. Her very shadow, incapable of treachery. But if Lady Rani, as an Empyrean, resists being an instrument of the Two Fingers, the shadow will go mad, transforming from a follower into a horrid curse. But such is his destiny. In such matters, Blaidd's own thoughts hold no weight. It pains me so. But he must be neutralized. For Lady Rani's sake.
However, once the festival is over, if you choose to go back to the same exact place where you helped Blaidd defeat Darrywill, you can find him sealed away at the Forlorn Hound Evergoyle.
Oh, it's you. It's me, Blaidd. Old E.G. trapped me here. Told me I'd bring naught but bale to Lady Rani. But there's no chance that could happen. I'm part of a being. A very shadow. I thought old E.G. knew as much. Honestly, I don't know what's going on anymore.
You can decide to keep him locked up and make your way over to Necron without him.
I don't understand. Why would E.G. do this? I could never intend harm to Lady Rani. What was he thinking?
Or you could release him from the seal and allow him to express his gratitude.
My thanks, friend. I'm going to see Mistress Rani now. I don't know what came over old E.G., but even if the odds are slim, I need to check the mistress is safe. Now, Rani can finally set in motion the fight against her fate she's dreamt of for so long.
E.G. locked him up for his own good, as E.G. knows of Blaidd's fate. Whether or not Blaidd is oblivious to the fact that he's a baleful shadow is mostly unclear. After visiting Blaidd, you should go over to the place where the meteor bit the earth and head over to Necron. From there, pick up the weapon that Rani desired and head back to her rise. Once you make your way through the Ainzel River well, you will then find a miniature doll of Rani. Upon talking to it at a site of grace, you will then receive this dialogue.
Oh, a dogged fellow, aren't we? Or is it merely thy habit to talk to dolls? Fine. Fine. I hadn't expected any soul to recognize me in this guise. But now the cat is out the bag. I cannot allow thee thy freedoms. Perform for me a service as recompense. Eliminate the baleful shadows which prowl these lands. The name of Rani the Witch is already sullied by thee. I will not brook disobedience in this matter.
Baleful shadows are assassins sent by the Two Fingers to assassinate Rani. Every Empyrean has one. The baleful shadows use Blaidd as a catalyst to get closer to Rani. Blaidd was sent to serve Rani from the Two Fingers. Unsurprisingly, this baleful shadow is in the image of Blaidd.
Let us speak of the past a while. I was once an Empyrean, of the demigods. Only I, Mikola, and Melania could claim that title. Each of us was chosen by our own Two Fingers, as a candidate to succeed Queen Marika, to become the new god of the coming age, which is when I received Blaidd, in the form of a vassal tailored for an Empyrean. But I would not acquiesce to the Two Fingers. I stole the Rune of Death, slew mine own Empyrean flesh, casting it away. I would not be controlled by that thing. The Two Fingers and I have been cursing each other ever since, and the baleful shadows are their assassins. Oh, Shadow, thou art the last. Tell the Two Fingers that Rani the Witch cometh to rend thy flesh with a fateful wound, ne'er to heal.
Once you've overcome the baleful shadow, Rani is pleased of you, sharing the following dialogue.
was more of a challenge than I envisioned. Now I can finally stand before them. This is farewell, my dear. Tell Blaidd and Iji I love them.
After your engagement, returning back to Ranni's Rise welcomes you with all the bodies around Blaidd. At this very moment, Blaidd is fighting the urge of the Two Fingers, and because of his strong affection towards Ranni, he is trying his best to control himself. Unfortunately, in the end, he succumbs to his fate, as the baleful shadow finally takes over his being. Here is where you must put down Blaidd, the half-wolf. Once Blaidd is killed by your hands, you obtain not only his armor, but his royal greatsword. If you make your way down to Selvis's Rise, you can notice that he is now dead, likely killed by Blaidd when he went into a fit of insanity. But by making your way up the broken down wall, rests a corpse, with a wolf mask fashioned in Blaidd's image. He knew that in the end he would end up betraying Ranni. Due to the great amount of affection he had towards her, he tried his best to hold it back. But in the end, he dies to your blade. So I'd like to thank you for watching today's video. I'm not really the lore expert, and if I got anything factually incorrect, please do not hesitate to let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that was the lore and story of Blaidd, the half-wolf. I had a lot of fun researching and making this video, and I just had to do one for Blaidd because I think he's by far my favorite character. And I think he's definitely going to be like the fan favorite of Elden Ring. But who knows, let me know in the comment sections below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you around.